think we're ready to hear from the applicant then. Thank you, Mr. Solo.
Thank you.
Good evening. Tom Letizia, attorney with Pepper Hamilton, representing the applicant Charles Yedlin, to my left here. Just for the record, notice was provided and the required affidavits and supporting documents were filed with Ms. Catronio, so I believe that this board does have jurisdiction to proceed on this application.
Mr. Letizia, I'm going to ask that to the extent that you provide testimony that you swear or affirm to testify truthfully.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. As was noted by Mr. Solo, this is an application for a preliminary and final site plan, excuse me, to construct a two-story, 25,000 square foot office building on a 3-acre parcel that is adjacent to office buildings that Mr. Yedlin and his father developed decades ago at Herrontown Road and Route 206. So this is the continuation of their long-term development plans for this portion of the municipality. The project will constitute a redevelopment of the former Save Animal Shelter on the site, which currently has dilapidated buildings with a modern, state-of-the-art office building that incorporates many sustainable and green development features, which we'll describe for you in our presentation, both within the site design itself as well as within the building construction. As was identified by Mr. Solo, the site plan is essentially variance-free, except for what we believe are minor variances related to setbacks for the emergency generator and the trash enclosure, and we will provide justification for those variances, as well as parking stall size related to the compact spaces. As was noted by Mr. Solo, there are a portion of parking spaces that are identified as compact spaces, which are sized at 8 foot by 16 feet, which are obviously smaller than the ordinance requirement of 9 by 19 feet. And then finally, the ordinance would require 2 loading spaces for a building of this size, and Mr. Yedlin is only proposing 1 loading space for the type of users that will occupy this building. We believe 1 space is sufficient, and in fact, we can discuss that perhaps no loading space would be necessary. With that, I'd like to begin our presentation by first asking Mr. Yedlin to give some remarks.
Yes, Mr. Yedlin, do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully, and would you state your name for the record?
I do. Charles Yedlin. Good evening, members of the Planning Board staff and members of the public. I am Charlie Yedlin, the applicant. I've lived, along with my wife Shelley, in Princeton for over 35 years. I've been in the development and construction business here all of my adult life. Before we begin the technical portion of our presentation, I would like to spend just a couple of minutes telling you about my company's history of development and construction in Princeton. In 1959, my late father, Ben, came to Princeton and began a long and distinguished career as a developer and builder of quality homes and office properties. I began working alongside my father in 1980. Projects that Ben and I developed and constructed include those located on Sturgis Way, Riverside Drive, Leabrook Lane, Robert Road, Linwood Circle, Andrews Lane, Foulet Drive, Hardy Drive, Springdale Road, Reading Circle, Herrontown Lane, and Old Orchard Lane, as well as the 3 commercial office buildings I continue to own and manage at 1000 Herrontown Road. Some of our office building tenants include Walter B. Howe Insurance, West Chemical Company, Princeton House Behavioral Health, Wickenden Associates, and Centurion Ministries, as well as other small businesses. I'm extremely proud of the contributions we have made to the Princeton community and plan to continue that tradition with the project before you this evening at 900 Herrontown Road, the former home of Save. Many years ago, I became aware that Save was looking to relocate their facility to another location more appropriate for their operation. In conversations over time with SAVE, we both expressed a desire to have me purchase and repurpose the property. I've been working with my professional team for more than 1.5 years, to develop what I feel is an appropriate redevelopment of that property. I took title to the property in August and would hope to begin construction in the not-too-distant future. I have kept the neighbors of the adjacent properties informed of my plans, and I think that you will hear from our testimony this evening that I am committed to continue being a good neighbor. I've prepared several slides of the existing 1000 Herringtown Road office properties for those of you who may not be familiar with the area I propose to develop. The new project will be in keeping with the quality and scale of the other buildings along Herringtown Road. So if you, I don't know whether you turn or you...
They should have their monitors.
In front of you. So
Okay. So Charlie, just before you continue, Mr. Porter, we'll mark this slide presentation as A1.
A1, and as you go through the pages, would you identify the page numbers so that if we need to refer to particular slide numbers or page numbers, that would be useful?
Page 3. This is page 3 that you currently see on your monitor.
which is from compliments of Google Maps, Google Earth. To the top of the page, you see it's Route 206, diagonally going down from the upper left to the lower right is Herringtown Road. It intersects with Mount Lucas. If you were to take a turn on Mount Lucas to the right, you would head toward Princeton, and the next right would be Old Orchard Lane. On the opposite side, on the north side of, or the west, that would be the east side of Herringtown Road, is Princeton House. There. And my father and I developed the three buildings at Herringtown Road, the one-story, the two-story, the clock building, and the townhouses on Old Orchard Lane. Go to the next one, Jim. So this is number 4. 4. So this is an image from the would be the northeast corner of the intersection of Mount Lucas and Herringtown Road toward the SAVE property. The road on your left is Mount Lucas heading toward Princeton. The road to your right is Herringtown Road headed out toward Route 206. Number 5, this is a view from Herringtown Road of some of the existing buildings on the SAVE property that are slated for demolition. This is the existing kennel at SAVE, which will come down. This is actually it's the farmhouse or the cottage, another building that will come down. There are 3 main buildings on the SAVE property. This building will come down. As you can see, it's actually falling down. And this is a freestanding garage that's in pretty bad shape that's also coming down. It's a picture of number 10. Of our one-story building on Herringtown Road. Princeton House is more or less across the street. This is a view from the rear of the parking area. This is the area between the Herringtown buildings, and behind us is the parking area, and then further behind that would be Old Orchard Village. This is the social area between the 1 and the 2-story buildings at 1000 Herringtown. People go out there, the tenants, they have lunch, and it's a to socialize at various times. It's a picture of the 2-story building at 1000 Herringtown from Herringtown Road. Number 10? 14, sorry. This is the 2-story building, again, from the parking lot toward the building. 15. This is a view from the social area, looking in the rear of the property, across the parking lot, and see the tall stand of trees, and then behind those trees are some of the residences of Old Orchard. This 16, and this is another view from the parking toward Old Orchard. This is, for those of you who frequently come up and down Route 206, this is our building. We call it the Clock Building for obvious reasons. And in 2010, I installed about a 60 kW solar array on the roof that supports about 28 to 30% of the energy consumed in the building. So that's it.
Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Yedlin?
Anyone?
Okay. I'd like to call our next